G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening. I hope you guys are doing well today. In the previous episode, we finally got our wings. Man, oh man, did it take quite a while to get there. But I'm hoping that this should speed up the process of us getting to all of our various objectives, but also open things up a little bit more with the deep desert now being available to us. Although in this episode I don't think I'll actually be going back to the deep desert, and I might actually just focus on a couple of different things happening in the Haga Basin, just to, you know, polish off a few of those objectives here and there. But let's jump into the ship. The ornithopter. And yeah, let's see if we can complete a few objectives. Obviously, I'm very interested in completing more Atreides objectives. So we are going to see if we can pursue this red scorpion. So interestingly, there are a couple of different quest lines that do deal with the red scorpion. So we're going to try and clear all of that if we can. Let me just see if I can grab a little bit of fuel here, because I am concerned about running out of fuel, obviously. I mean, we're not really traveling too far, but you never know. We could run out of fuel if we're, you know, needing to fly around everywhere. So let me just top this thing up a little bit. Speaking of fuel, I probably do want to just look out for some fuel cells. If we can find some fuel cells, that would be good. And yeah, I do need to try to power up the base a little bit more with fuel cells in our various generators, so we'll try and do that. But yeah, this is sort of the general direction that we're heading. Just to show you guys where on the map that we're heading to, it would be this location here, which there is some kind of a fortress there with a little bit of intel, so we'll obviously try to clear that. But then this is also where we need to be for the Atreides questline, testing station number 142. So hopefully we find the red scorpion there. If not, then we'll follow the breadcrumbs to see where everything takes us. But yeah, let's try to use the vulture mode as much as possible. Try to glide around, conserve our fuel. I'm not entirely sure if gliding around consumes any fuel or not, but entirely sure what that was. Whoa, okay. Getting a bit distracted there. I think that might be a chome, like, extraction facility. Could be. Still quite a long way. I'm gonna try to pick up a little bit of speed here. Okay, well, these structures in front of us look like it could be the place that we're looking for. Can we perhaps set down our ornithopter right here? We may as well, right? Okay, so time to assault this place. Weathertop.
Reveal yourself. I need some backup.
Home enemy spotted.
Ha!
Whoa, did not see this guy coming. Bandage up a little bit. There we go. Alright, how much blood do I have? None. Might not be a bad idea to try and gather a little bit of blood. So I do want to reserve some space to be able to carry some fuel cells, if we find some, that is. I'm getting sniped from somewhere. Oh, up there. Okay, let's see. I suppose I should be grabbing all of the blood that I can, because if I'm not mistaken, the blood sacs already just take up the weight volume. So it's kind of a bit of a waste if you don't actually grab any blood. I'm not going to worry about ores for the moment, because we can gather ores another time. And I'd prefer doing all of that sort of stuff between episodes anyway.
I see someone.
Definitely need to find some kind of a key. That's what I'm looking for.
There's someone here.
I'm not entirely sure where we need to go. I think maybe up that way. Okay. All seems closed off.
Someone's here.
That was a very lucky escape. Okay. This adept sword is going to break soon. I do have a replacement, also not very high durability. But the problem with the adept sword is that we don't exactly have the materials to repair it. Researching is one thing, but yeah, getting the materials. I think we need duraluminium for that. Let me just eat some food here. Try to recover our prescience gauge. Yeah, so the meter on the left side, I think that is something to do with spice addiction, potentially. I'm not 100% sure how to read it.
Eyes on enemy.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that was, actually. There's the intel. Just as well. The gorilla in the desert. I think that's one of our objectives. We do need to recover that. Search the southern comms station. Yeah, I guess we could probably use the sword that we have until it breaks. The only issue is we're going to have to sort of get used to using a weapon that's not going to deal as much damage. We didn't find a key in here, did we? Let me just take a look at where this next objective is exactly. The southern comms station. So it should be up there somewhere. Alright. But since we're close to the testing station, we may as well go for the testing station first. I just want to know where this bloody key is, though. Did I manage to already get it from somewhere? Yeah, because the key doesn't necessarily disappear, right? So I would have been able to tell where I got it from, if I do have it. Yeah, very strange indeed. No key to be seen. Oh, there it is. My goodness. Alright. That would have driven me nuts.
Who's there?
Oh, just little old me. Good. Ooh. That's a good find, actually. Can we break through this, I wonder? No. It's not like it's a blast door or anything. Spice sand and spice residue. Okay, good. Are there any other doors in this area? Oh yes, down here. I'll take everything. Okay, good times. Let's just take a look at the inventory once more. I think we've got enough space to continue fighting and exploring. So let's go to the testing station. Hopefully there's not like too much stuff that we need from the testing station, but I want my ornithopter back. Okay, and I may as well just tag the Atreides questline at this point, so we know exactly what we're doing. Just down here. I'm not entirely sure if there are enemies in the area already, or if they'll only appear inside the testing station. Let me also just review how much durability we have on the suspensor belt, because this is obviously going to assist us with climbing back out. I think we should be able to make it, as long as I don't, like, overuse the bloody hell, the suspensor belt. Okay, we're looking good. Let's climb down. I just don't know if there's, like, anything out here that might be worthwhile. Oh, look at that. Another player's here. That should make the job a little bit easier for us. What's up, mate? I think he might be wearing like some kind of a Harkonnen piece of armor. Right, gonna need to figure out where to go. Maybe up this way. Don't know if this guy's already been here before or what the deal is, but yeah, first time for us, so definitely going to check every single area.
Greetings from Hassel Seraph, Director of Desert Testing Station.
Interesting weapon there.
The mission of Station 142 is to explore this planet's seismic and volcanic history and outlook. We are further responsible for running extensive mineral surveys intended to locate potentially valuable.
I think this is where we came in. There's a locked door there. I'm gonna have to try and find the key somewhere. Yeah, very cool weapons. That player's probably like way more advanced than we are. Ooh. A lot of stuff here. I assume that this player can still loot the same amount of stuff as us. We don't have to sort of share loot.
My friends, had enough of the toil and hazards of spice harvesting? Tired of grinding your fingers to the bone so the nobles may feast while your family starves? Isn't it time some of that hard-won wealth is returned to you and yours? The Sandflies are a brotherhood of honest and loyal Dune men like you, who are simply sick and tired of breaking our backs for the wealthy, while our loved ones suffer and die. Join us and help to share the spoils of Dune amongst those who risk their lives to harvest it. Dune men, be a force for change. Join the Sandflies today, in the name of the people!
I'll have some spice beer. In fact, I should use our prescience mode. Just because we can. You know, surprisingly, since the very first, like, testing station that we've been to, we've not exactly seen another testing station that has, like, you know, secret doors and whatnot. Which is a real shame, if you ask me. I reckon this sort of activity where you go exploring the various testing stations could be a lot more interesting if there were puzzles and secret areas to try and locate. Okay, apparently that door is accessible. I wonder if it's just been unlocked somehow. What's this? A full suspensor belt. I mean, I've got a spare one already, but this one looks better, actually. Yeah, let me just drop that item. Yeah, that's better. Let's,
Power.
keep that.
We had a good thing going here, but you pushed it too far. You started to believe your own speeches. I thought you were smarter than that. Well, I was in Harko yesterday, and I overheard a pair of Harkonnen officers talking about the movement and mentioning the Red Scorpion. Not the sand flies, but the Red Scorpion specifically. I know you like the attention, and now you're going to reap what you sow. If you're lucky, the house troopers will find you before the horde of Solari-hungry mercenaries. Me, I'm going back to the smugglers. Good luck, Red Scorpion. With the acquisition of those schematics, we should be able to begin full-scale fabrication of both Atreides and Harkonnen weaponry. How fitting that their own designs will be turned against them. Of course, the acquisition of enough scrap or raw materials needed to produce sufficient weapons would risk drawing unwanted attention. Fortunately, the caves below are proving a rich source of most of the mineral resources required. In that, we see the superior planning of our great leader. With the Red Scorpion's guidance, we will soon have the heavy weapons and fighting vehicles we need to start the revolution in earnest. In the name of the people.
I don't know, these sandflies don't sound so bad, in my opinion. Considering what their want is.
Our time is near. And while the Harkonnen and Atreides enjoy the privileges of Canley to indulge their ancient feuds, workers die in the fields, gathering the very wealth that supports them. Without us, they are nothing. They are few, we are legion. We are the people. And in the name of the people, I say it's time they take warning. It is time they learn this is Arrakis. Anything that you tread upon can be lethal. When a scorpion is ground beneath a heel, it strikes back, and its sting is deadly. Soon we will have the strength to show them. Soon we will have the strength to strike, and strike we will. In the name of the Red Scorpion, in the name of the Sandflies, and in the name of the people.
Yeah, a lot of entries there, a lot of speeches. This place has heaps and heaps of the Servox and capacitors, though. A really decent place to actually look for those things. I feel like I'm letting this other player do all of the hard work. I think this guy's using those, like, super slow, like, moving darts or whatever The ones that you can see in the movie, like the first one. Right, apparently we're looking for evidence, but I'm not exactly sure where that might be. Maybe still a little bit further ahead. Apparently it's up 160 meters. I don't know if it would be up around here, but perhaps maybe further ahead. Okay, that seemed to be some kind of a boss. Another full suspensor belt. But I don't actually have the evidence. So I suppose maybe we still need to keep going this way. Ah, maybe this is it. Okay. Good stuff. Just look around a little bit more.
It's all gone bad. How did I not see this coming? I should have kept it small. Worked in the shadows. Tanks and thopters, what was I thinking? Of course that was going to draw attention. Now it's just like the Duke's household all over again. I wanted to rise too far, too fast. And wouldn't my old comrades like to get a hold of Turgenhauer again? Oh, I'd be better off left to the tender mercies of the Harkonnen. Look, I'll find a way out of this. I mean, I always do. Maybe I can sell them out. Yeah, make them think Norin is the man they're after. But he's the kind of fool who'd happily die in my place if he thought it would help the cause. Yes, yeah, that might work. I'm gonna have to work fast, though.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure if the guy that we killed was, in fact, the Red Scorpion. Ooh, look at all of this. Definitely want all of that. Scout Ornithopter Storage Mark IV. Oh, yes, please. I didn't even know you could add storage to Scout Ornithopters. Oh, what is this? Imperial Testing Station records. I don't have a quest that requires for this though, so I might actually leave that behind. I don't mind coming back here again to try and get it. It doesn't seem to be too difficult to do, so I think we're done. So I'm gonna probably head back home initially, just to dump all of our stuff. And I do want to then speak to Andrea at Helios Gate, so I'll probably cut and see you guys when we get there. Alright, Helios Gate. Let's have a chat with Andrea. Turn in this quest because we've got a few things in the inventory related to quests. And perhaps maybe we can do the other half of gathering that intelligence. Obviously, I can't really turn in the stuff that we have from the first batch until we get, I guess, maybe the second or third batch. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to let go of a lot of these different things. Actually, the Chome Communinet transceiver, this is something that I might actually delete because I've had this in our inventory for the longest time now, and it's just clogging things up. I haven't exactly found what we need to do with that. So anyway, let's have a chat.
I did not calculate seeing you today.
Here's my report. There's evidence of a canister taken from the wreck.
Let me see what you have. Your work continues to impress. Notations of payments made, and a notation of delivery to the Stone Sentinel. Curious.
Stone Sentinel? Not heard that name before. What's the next move?
Things will move more swiftly now. Get to the Stone Sentinel and gather intel regarding this canister.
I'm on my way.
Do this, and I will bring you into deeper strata of intrigue, with all of the dangers and rewards that come with it.
Alright, so we'll check in on that quest and what to do with it specifically. Apparently it involves a sandfly's base, so we'll definitely want to check that out. One thing that I do want to do before we even, get back onto the ornithopter is to place the new piece that we found for the ornithopter. Let me just take a look. Hang on a second. Where did that go? Did I perhaps maybe leave it at home? Possibly. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, so let's pop that on. Ah, yes. Okay, we do have a bit of storage now to work with on the ornithopter, and I'm very, very happy for it, because we should be able to now use this to, do some mining runs and all that sort of stuff, right? Let's just do a little bit of repairing here. All in all, ornithopter's not doing too bad. Perhaps maybe I do want to just take a quick look at the generator there. Yep, okay. Looks good. The question is, how much storage do we have here? It's probably not a lot. Yeah, that's not a lot of space. 500. I don't know if this is like maybe tons or something. But it's better than nothing, I would say. So glad to have that. Let's just take a look at where we need to go next here. Gather intelligence. Let's maybe tag this before proceeding. I keep forgetting which quest this is. Payload to Symphony, no. Yeah, here. Counterinsurgency. And I don't think this is a base that we've actually been to before, so this will be interesting. I'm hoping we'll be able to land on the landing pad, although maybe that's not such a good idea. Yeah, just taking a look around here first, seeing what we can find. I'll take fuel cells again. I don't know if there's anything over this way. Doesn't look like it. So, if we use the Scout Ornithopter to store stuff, let's just, as an example, let's place that there. And if I then gather up, like, say, ores, like this, can I store that and then store the vehicle? Like, is that a thing? Because I feel like that would be very, very powerful. Vehicle inventory is not empty. Okay, right. So the inventory has to be empty before we can actually do the storing of the vehicle itself. That's fair. That's fair. So I might actually get rid of the aluminium, because that is weighing us down quite a bit. Yeah, let's see if we can just assault this place.
I need backup!
State your business, Imperial. Cover me! Reloading!
I think there should be some intel here as well, right? For us to try and get. Ooh. Bigger buggy boot. And it's a unique schematic. I mean, I'll definitely take that. I don't need another industrial scythe. It should be easy enough for us to make our own if we ever need it. So apparently it should be above us somewhere. Grab that, and grab all of that as well. I feel like we already got the biggest chest here, so I'm not entirely sure about whether or not we really need to stick around, but... just for completion's sake, I think we can maybe just kill everyone in the area. Whoa. Almost. Alright, very good. Just look around a little bit more. There's a few more enemies off in that direction. Okay, I think that's the entire area. So, probably okay to leave now. And we should be able to deliver all of this intel, right? Whoops. And it's not too far away, so we may as well do that right now. Alright, let's contact the issuer. And I think that is all done. Very good. Alright guys, so I think from here what we're going to do is switch gears a little bit. And although I would like to, you know, continue with doing the trials, and I have actually found the location of the last trial. I believe it's right here, the hidden test. But perhaps maybe we'll reserve that for the next episode and instead pivot to actually building our base. So I did place down a Sub-Thief console, and I believe that Sub-Thief console has now been destroyed because of the weather. So I'm gonna go back home, see if we can grab another another batch of metal to try and build the Sub-Thief console. But I also want to just drop some of our materials and also gather up the plastone. And yeah, speaking of plastone, I have actually spent quite a bit of Solari in Arakeen to buy the Atreides build set, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So we should be able to build a base in the Atreides style. But, what's most important, though, is the fact that we'll be able to build a base using plastone, because I believe plastone takes a hell of a lot less damage than any of the other materials that we've been using so far. So, we don't need to keep repairing the base constantly. So I guess we'll cut until we actually get to the build site, and then we'll go from there. Righto guys, I think we are back where we were when we placed down the Sub-Thief console last time. It did take me a little bit of time just to figure out where exactly we had decided to make our base. I'm just a little bit concerned about this thing slipping off. Let me just... park it properly. Well, that's not very proper, is it? Maybe I'll leave it down here, just to make sure that it's in a decent spot and it's not going to accidentally destroy itself. Anyway, I do have some plastone and I've got a little bit of metal as well, and hopefully we can start building a decent base. We're probably going to need those stakes, as I mentioned in, wasn't the previous episode, probably the episode before that. But yeah, this is going to be our new base. There's going to be a lot involved because I don't intend to keep the old base that we've been using for the longest time. So I am going to remove that eventually, but not before we, sort out whatever we're doing over here. So there's going to be a little bit of toing and froing between the old base and the new one, but we'll sort of figure things out as we go. The first thing that I want to do though is to experiment a little bit with our new build style here. So obviously we've got the Atreides build pieces. Going to start perhaps maybe with some foundation pieces just to, establish ourselves on this rock. Yeah, maybe that's a decent spot right there. And then we can obviously move the Sub-Thief console around once we've got, the basics figured out. So I'll see if I can do just a little bit of a plan to begin with. And I did end up making quite a bit more of the plastone, so we've got a little bit to work with. Whether or not we have enough to completely build an entire base is questionable. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's just quickly get rid of that. But yeah, let's fill all of this in. Okay, so this is a decent starting point, and as I mentioned, I think we are going to want to expand downwards towards this side. We'll probably have some kind of a garage going down there so that we can keep a buggy of some kind. But yeah, we're going to need to, you know, wall all of this off, and yeah, we're going to need to expand already in front of us. So perhaps maybe it might not be a bad idea to come back with some of the, like, stakes that help with expanding. That way, you know, we're not needing to build and then rebuild once we've got, you know, the actual space that we need. Insufficient stability. Okay, we're gonna need to prop things up a little bit on this side. That's okay. Tell you what, guys, I'm gonna head back, see if we can make a few stakes, and see if we can then come back and expand the base immediately. Right, hoping that I do have the materials necessary here, guys, but what I'm gonna do is, even if, you know, I need to come back here with a few more stakes, I think what I'll do is I'll still do a little bit of a speed up here, just so that you guys can see things progress along a little bit faster. Righto guys, so I think I've just about run out of plastone to continue the build. So at this stage, I am going to perhaps maybe call it an episode. I might continue building between episodes just to, you know, fill out some of the outlines that I've already made for myself, and also get a generator in here, because obviously we do need some shields to protect from all of the weather and all that sort of stuff, and make sure that the Subfief console itself survives the harsh conditions. But aside from that, I am going to try to bring you guys along the journey while we're, you know, figuring out this build. Obviously I don't exactly have too much of a plan, but hopefully things are going to turn out okay. And yeah, as you can see, we've got the main residence up there. This is basically a glorified parking area for, you know, any buggies and sand bikes that we might have. So I'm hoping this will turn out okay as well, although I've been having some real difficult issues trying to essentially figure out how I'm going to create a ramp that's not going to be, you know, interfering with like rocks and stuff. I mean, there's a big rock right in front of us, which is already kind of concerning. But yeah, if I end up changing all of this, you know, I might either do it offline, or, you know, perhaps maybe if I've got a better plan, I could show that to you guys. But I think this is where we're going to wrap things up for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. As usual, drop me a like down below, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.